Johnston, a journalist on a mission to learn how to age well and look and feel good for longer. And today I'm returning to a really fascinating topic that we've heard different opinions about on this channel, and it's whether taking a vitamin B3 derived supplement like NMN or NR can actually boost our levels of the critical coenzyme NAD in our cells to support our health and vitality as we age. Well, together with my 80-year-old parents, I've been taking NMN, which is nicotinamide mononucleotide, for 11 months. And along the way, we've had 3 blood tests to check our NAD levels, and they've delivered some really surprising results. So today I want to share our experience of taking this supplement over a longer period of time, and with everything we now know and understand about NMN, whether we're going to continue to take it. Well, back in February, I interviewed Dr. Elena Serenova on this channel, who has a master's in translational neuroscience and a PhD in stem cell biology, which is the study of how the body cleans out old cells in order to generate newer, healthier ones. And she explained how her own PhD research, as well as that of high-profile scientists, including, of course, Harvard Medical School professor Dr. David Sinclair, had convinced her that it's possible to boost our levels of NAD, the coenzyme present in every cell in our bodies, using NMN. NAD provides fuel for our mitochondria to function, and mitochondria are often referred to as the powerhouse of our cells and are essential to our health, energy and longevity. But our levels of NAD decline with age, and the theory is by boosting it, we can improve our cell function and reduce some of the negative effects of aging. NMN is derived from vitamin B3, and there are other vitamin B3 derivatives out there, including nicotinamide riboside, or NR, and niacin. And as a group of related supplements, there is quite a bit of debate in the scientific community about which one most readily converts to NAD in the body, with some suggesting one is better over another, others saying they do much the same thing, and others questioning whether supplementing with a B3 derivative would have much of a beneficial effect at all. Well, Dr. Elena made a compelling case for the use of NMN and some of the results we could expect to see from it.
So the reason why NMN is such an essential supplement is because it boosts the levels of what we call NAD in the bodies. And this is an essential regulator of human metabolism. It is implicated in over 300 functions in the cell. It's either needed as a substrate for other proteins to do their job, for example, such as what we call sirtuins or PARP. Those are called by some people the longevity genes. They are responsible for DNA repair. They are responsible for epigenetic regulation. For all of these processes, we need sirtuins. Sirtuins cannot perform their function if there is no NAD in the cell. So NAD acts as a substrate for the sirtuins to come in and utilize it and do all of these processes for us to have healthy cells.
Studies have found benefits with doses as low as 250 milligrams of NMN a day up to a maximum of around 1,200 milligrams a day. Proponents of NMN, including Dr. Elena, who founded her own company selling NMN and other longevity supplements, cite a multitude of studies, but they're mainly on mice or rats. The studies concluded that boosting NAD levels with NMN led to improved insulin sensitivity in diabetic mice, restored gene expression linked to circadian rhythm, which in other words improves our sleep, and found a reduction in inflammation and oxidative stress, both cornerstones of aging. It was also shown to suppress age-related weight gain in mice, protect older organs and improve cognitive function, and increase their endurance levels in exercise. And it was found to have restored the number of blood capillaries and capillary density to those seen in younger mice and resulted in increased blood flow to the muscles, with significantly greater exercise capacity in the treated mice compared to untreated mice. The human clinical trial results have not been as dramatic as those seen in mice, as was set out by Dr. Brad Stanfield on this channel recently. So Dr. Stanfield is a New Zealand-based physician with an interest in preventative medicine and who's gathered a big following on YouTube for his work. He pointed out in my recent interview with him that there's a human observational study that took muscle biopsies from older adults who exercised, older adults who didn't exercise, compared it to muscle biopsies of younger adults.
And what they could see is that the older adults who were exercising, their muscle NAD was roughly similar to younger adults. It may just be that through a great diet and regular exercise, our NAD levels will be absolutely fine and that we don't need to do anything about them in terms of adding in supplements. And that's kind of the camp that I fall into. I'm looking at the nicotinamide riboside or NR studies, looking at the NMN or nicotinamide mononucleotide studies in humans. I'm yet to be convinced that there's any true benefit from taking those types of supplements. I think the jury's still out, particularly because just through exercise, it seems, we can maintain healthy NAD levels.
It's also worth noting that the availability of NMN as a dietary supplement is currently restricted in the US, where it's being investigated by the FDA for approval as a possible prescription drug. Human trials are ongoing, including an interesting one that's being conducted with the US military to test its impact on performance. And so the reality is the case for humans taking NMN as a daily supplement and as the best supplement for improving NAD levels has yet to be fully made, and we await the outcome of those trials. So does that mean I've stopped taking it? Well, in short, no, I still take NMN, and so do my mum and dad. And that is also despite having some very odd NAD blood test results. So we started taking NMN in January this year. That was around 11 months ago. For the first month, we took 500 milligrams a day of NMN, which was provided by Dr. Elena from her company NMN Bio. She recommended we take that alongside one 500 milligram capsule of trimethylglycine, known as TMG, and we took berberine as well during that month. So those are her 3 top recommended longevity supplements. Taking TMG is thought by some scientists to help optimize the effects of NMN by supporting its conversion to NAD through a process called methylation. And I'm sorry this is so packed with science. So within the first month of taking the supplements, we all reported feeling more energized, and I will link to the video where I talk about that in the description. I had initially felt really sleepy later on in the evenings, which did support the theory that NMN affects your circadian rhythm. But that wore off, and I have settled into a normal sleep schedule, although I do tend to sleep very well these days, getting a full 8 hours a night, and I'm less tired in general. In the early days, I also felt my concentration and therefore my productivity improved, and I